You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. Alright, old Cappy's going to read from this book, Poor Richard's Retirement, which is, I was listening to, it wasn't NPR, well, it was something on the podcast. Retirement crisis. Baby boomers didn't save up enough. Really? The potheads didn't save up enough. Huh, imagine that. And it's something like a third of baby, which is corroborated by the research I did in this book. And people are not saving up enough for retirement. Now, I am probably somewhere up there, arguably the greatest economist in the world. And I came up with a solution. I put it up here in Poor Richard's. And this is not one of those like, hey, oh, for $55.95, you can hire Slickersons to retire early guy. Oh, bang. Very simple. Very simple. So I'm going to read an excerpt from chapter 2 to show everyone how you can retire. I wouldn't necessarily say early, but you can at least retire. And this is a major problem because you millennials, you're still in debt from your student loans. Gen Z, heaven help, whatever. Gen X, you guys are limping along. But the baby boomers, the ones who should be retiring right now, only a third of them actually have the money. So I found a solution. It's not that hard. It's very easy and actually will make your life a lot easier. I don't know, what does this book cost? Maybe $12? It's worth it. This book right here, Portraits, should be a bestseller. Anyway, all right. There are two sides to every person's retirement plan. How much you spend and how much you save. The problem, however, is today's conventional retirement planning solely focuses on how much you save and gives practically no consideration to how much you spend. This is problematic because in the end, you truly do not control how much you save. Yes, you control how much you contribute monthly or annually to a 401k. Yes, you can run precise calculations as to how much you'll likely need for retirement. And yes, you can religiously, perhaps even zealously contribute more than is required to err on the side of caution. But because conventional retirement planning relies disproportionately on stock market growth to provide for the majority of retirement funds, the saving side of the retirement equation is ultimately out of your control. The stock market could crash, hyperinflation could set in, the government could confiscate your 401k. An infinite number of things completely outside of your control can happen, rendering the best of retirement planning moot. Ergo, the entire retirement planning system is disproportionately based on hope. Hope that the stock market will continue to perform well into the future. And any successful individual will tell you they don't leave their success up to things like hope or luck, but rather actions that are under their control. So whereas you do not control the stock market, and thus how much you'll likely save for retirement, you do, however, control to the penny how much you spend. This puts the onus of retirement not on savings but spending, and I contend this focus is the future of retirement planning. However, as discussed in the previous chapter, this is easier said than done. Your entire Darwinistic code, your entire genetic programming has you hardwired to consume as much stuff as possible for survival. We can sit here all day, logically, academically, and consciously agreeing with our frontal cortex that yes, we should all spend less, but like dieting, drugs, alcohol, or any other addiction, it is our instincts and basal desires that will win. It is our instincts and basal desires that will win in the end. This necessitates swapping out or bypassing Americans' addictions to materialism with a superior substitute, the vehicle of which I argue is a love and appreciation for your fellow man. But how do you make humans more entertaining, more desirous, and preferable to the unlimited and infinite amount of material goods and riches this world offers? How does your annoying brother, nagging wife, or neighbor down the street beat a free Ferrari, a lifetime supply of Glenlivet, or winning the lottery? It comes first with the understanding why humans are the most important things on the planet. And this epiphany is followed by going well beyond a mere conscious acknowledgement of it, thoroughly and forcibly incorporating it into our psyche. It is at that point our genetic addiction to materialism will have hopefully been overridden and replaced, eliminating the need for material consumption. This in turn directly and drastically affects the spending side of the retirement equation, also directly and drastically lowering the amount we need to save for retirement. In theory, this would lower the traditional required retirement funds from $500,000 to $300,000, while at the same time making it easier to save that $300,000, bringing retirement into the reach of nearly every person in the Western world. It's all feasible and can happen all tomorrow, but it all hinges on one thing: putting humans first in your life. Boom! That's it. So, once you find out that having a good conversation or having a good meal or spending quality times with your fellow human being. Once you derive more value from that, then you do a thing or an object or a toy or a fancy car, or ladies, your Range Rovers and your $3,000 purses. I don't know. Ladies, you got kids and you got a $3,000 purse. Now, I don't know which is going to be more entertaining and intellectually stimulating, but I'm going to guess the kids because the purse just sits there. And once you get to that point, retirement becomes a lot easier, very easier. Now, that's the key thing. And once you get that, I think things would naturally fall into place. But if you wanted something a little bit more hand-holding, a little bit more methodical and instructional, get this book, Poor Richard's Retirement, paperback, Kindle, audiobook. I'll put the link down below. And trust you me, that's going to be some of the best money you ever spent. Certainly more than you did pissing it away on whatever worthless degree you got, or your doodatteries, or your trinkets, and your baubles, and your things. So, all right, that's it. Cappy's got to go do a bunch of other work. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.